Hey 8th graders, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to discover how words are literally the fundamental building blocks of your entire education. I mean, think of learning like constructing this massive, beautiful skyscraper, right? Words are your bricks. If you misunderstand them, or if you're using the wrong ones, it can cause the whole structure of what you're trying to learn to just collapse. But when you master the tools of meaning and word wisdom, you build a foundation that can withstand absolutely anything.
All right, so here's our blueprint for today. We're going to cover the power of words, your language toolbox, mastering context clues, a quick test to check your word wisdom, and we'll wrap it all up with education powered by morality. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The power of words. Building a strong foundation. Okay, so strong readers and writers all share this one major secret. Words are incredibly powerful, but only if we actually know what they mean and how to find that meaning. If you don't know a word, you can so easily miss the entire point of a text, or even a crucial instruction on a test. We really have to build that strong foundation first. There's this great verse in Proverbs that illustrates this perfectly. Understanding vocabulary actively builds your confidence. When you know how to find the meaning of words quickly, you become that discerning student. You're fully equipped to seek out knowledge, whether you're, researching a massive science project or reading your Bible. Knowledge doesn't just fall into your lap, you literally have to go after it.
Moving right along to Section 2, your language toolbox. Equipping yourself for success.
Just like a mechanic needs precise tools for a repair, you need the exact right language tools to strengthen your reading and writing. You wouldn't use a sledgehammer to tighten a tiny screw, right? No way. In the same way, you need specific resources to expand your vocabulary and communicate your ideas powerfully. Take the dictionary. Now, a print dictionary might seem kind of old school, but it is an absolute goldmine. It teaches you pronunciation, breaks down syllables, and shows you the part of speech. On the flip side, digital dictionaries are incredibly fast and convenient. But, and this is a big but, you have to remember that not every internet source is reliable. You absolutely must use trusted, proven sources like Merriam-Webster, Cambridge, or Oxford to make sure you're getting the real deal.
Okay, so what else is in our toolbox? Well, we've got glossaries and thesauruses. A glossary serves as a highly specialized technical tool. It usually lives at the back of your textbooks and lists words specific to that exact subject. Meanwhile, a thesaurus is your ultimate best friend for adding variety to your writing. It helps you find synonyms, which are words that mean the same thing, and antonyms, which are opposites. Let's be real for a second. Imagine writing a paper and using the word happy 3 times in the very same paragraph. It gets repetitive, and honestly, it's a little boring for whoever's grading it. A quick check in your thesaurus gives you joyful, content, or cheerful. By swapping those in, you completely avoid repetition, you drastically upgrade your writing style, and you keep your reader totally engaged. It's a real game changer.
And think about glossaries for a minute. If you look up a word like photosynthesis in a standard dictionary, you might get a super broad, generic definition. But if you look it up in your science textbook's glossary, you get a highly specific definition perfectly tailored to the plant biology you are actually studying. Subject-specific glossaries are for sure the best way to understand technical terms right inside their proper academic context.
All right, on to Section 3, mastering context clues, wielding your tools correctly.
Having a toolbox is great, but if you don't know how to swing the hammer, it's pretty useless. Here is your step-by-step guide for actually using your dictionary effectively. Step 1, look the word up. Step 2, and listen, this is where so many students mess up. Read all of the definitions provided. Actually, scratch that. Don't just read them, study them, because the very first definition listed is often not the one your specific sentence needs. And finally, step 3, think about the context of what you're reading and pick the definition that is the absolute best match.
Let's look at a perfect example of this. Take the word charge. The dictionary might say it means to rush forward or to demand payment. Well, if you read the sentence, the coach charged onto the field, you've got to use your context clues. Is the coach running out onto the grass to ask the referee for a credit card payment? Of course not. Your context clues help you realize it means to rush forward.
Section 4. Test your word wisdom. Put your tools to work.
Okay, challenge time. We've talked about the theory, we've looked at the examples, and now it's your turn to prove your word wisdom. I challenge you to complete these homework questions to completely prove your mastery over your newly organized language toolbox. Go ahead and pause the explainer if you need to, write these down, and really think through your answers. If you can confidently answer these points, you are well on your way to becoming a vastly stronger reader and writer.
And that brings us to our final part, Section 5, Education Powered by Morality, the Heroesmartacademy philosophy.
So as we wrap up this explainer, let's pivot for just a second. We've talked a lot about how to use these amazing educational tools, but exactly why do we learn them? At the end of the day, gaining all this intellect has to serve a higher purpose. The core philosophy here is that intertwining biblical morality with your education is absolutely essential. Why? Because education without morality is ultimately going to hurt. Think about it. What is the point of being incredibly smart, having this massive vocabulary, and being highly educated if you just use it to make bad choices that hurt yourself and the people around you? Academic intellect without a moral compass just leads to painful consequences.
There's this amazing promise in Romans chapter 8, verses 6 and 7. It promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps their mind spiritual. This reminds us that true peace, genuine clarity, and a fulfilling life, they all come when we actively pair a rigorous academic learning with a deeply spiritual mindset. And this isn't just theory. It is the lived experience of everyone who engages with this truth.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought to reflect on as you go out to build your future. You now have the language tools to be smart, to communicate clearly, and to excel academically. But do you have the morality to be wise? Combining your sharp intellect with biblical wisdom is the ultimate key to a successful, peaceful life. Keep building that strong foundation, 8th graders, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.